He reached out to me during free agency, and that's, of course, I was honored. I mean, that's Kobe.
Tell about how you're adjusting this thing to be accommodating for you. Your knees are practically in the dashboard right now.
Yeah, this is still an old school one, so there's not that much room in it.
Your typical car, like, I'd assume there's more space for you than that?
Well, you know, as a 7-footer, no car is really amazing.
And you haven't had one custom,
No,
adjusted
I'm actually
for?
right now I'm in a Tesla.
Okay.
The X, which is super small. When I fold out of there, people are always laughing.
And are you having to duck a little bit in the car so your
Yeah,
head
but
doesn't hit
I can do this.
You gotten any speeding tickets over the years?
Yeah, but I try to be good. You know, in Germany we get to ride a little faster.
The Autobahn.
The Autobahn.
What's the fastest you've ever gone on the Autobahn?
I mean, miles, maybe 130, 40, I don't know.
You're flying
I did
if you're
about
going
240, 250 kilometers an hour, which is pretty fast.
Since we're driving around town, I understand murals have been painted of you. You got a key to the city.
It's been
Anything that stands out on that front?
It's been a fortunate journey here, I gotta say, you know, to stay here the whole time, and fans have supported me from day one, and you know, never left, and so yeah, I feel like I'm part of this community, which is amazing. I feel like this is my home now, and the street naming was unbelievable. Of course, the jersey retirement statue is coming this year.
What have you heard about that?
So I've been involved a little bit, but I don't want to be too involved, but it's going to be fun. I think it's going to go up at Christmas.
Have you seen it?
I've seen early parts. I met the artist, super cool, and I actually flew to Chicago to meet with them. On my jersey retirement last January, they showed a little miniature version of it. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's the one-legged fadeaway, of course. What an honor, right? I mean, I came here when I was 19, 20, not knowing anything. Well, I'm going to make it in this league. And now I have a freaking statue, and it's on my own street. I mean, are you serious? It's insane, right, if you think about it.
How about your first time playing against Michael Jordan?
That's a funny story. Huge Michael Jordan fan. To me, will always be the GOAT, right? So he retired after his sixth championship in '98. That was my first year. So that was the lockout year. I come over thinking he's with the Bulls, and he says, I'm retiring, I'm not doing it. So I was super frustrated and disappointed not getting to play against my hero. Then he comes back with the Wizards. Yes, I get to play against my guy, my idol. We have German media come in. Everybody knew this was a big deal for me. And so in the morning for shoot-around, I had these tight shoes on that didn't really slide in easily. So I kick my foot into the shoe, and I must have quickly turned a little bit, and a tendon slipped off. I ended up missing that game with a little tendon inflammation.
And are you like devastated?
I was crushed. But then we got to play him in Washington a few months later, and it was everything I always hoped for. We have matched up sometimes. He guarded me on a couple possessions, and I tried to post him up. I think I remember I missed the turnaround because I was so hyped that he was guarding me. But yeah, it was amazing to be on the court with him, to just watch him. And he was basically 40 at that point. He was still getting buckets. He was still, I think at that home game he gave us like 40, I remember.
How about when Kobe calls you up trying to recruit you to the Lakers?
I was always a huge Kobe fan. If you compare anyone to Jordan, he's the closest as it gets. The way he moves, the way he played the game. Was basically a copy of it. And when he had fourth quarters and games where he'd take over, I would rush home. Our game would end at like 10, which is only, 8 there, or 8:30. And so I would rush home, eat, and sit there and watch Kobe play the fourth quarter. So I was always a fan of his. And then We've had obviously met numerous of times, All-Star games, all sorts of things, and then he reached out to me during free agency, and that's, of course, I was honored. I mean, that's Kobe. But I basically told him, listen, I'd respect you so much, and it would be so much fun to play with you, but you know what I've built here in Dallas, and everybody's been super loyal to me, and I think he expected that answer. I think in a way he respected me for that, and in a way I think he wanted me to stay loyal and stay here in one team. And
did it make you consider it at all? Because of
no, not really. I mean, you know, I always said the only reason for me to ever leave Dallas was if I wouldn't have won the championship, and I needed to chase it at the end. But at that point, when he recruited me, we had already won it here, and you know, I knew I was going to finish my career here in Dallas, and but it was still good to hear from him. Sometimes it's, you know, it's good to feel wanted.